Welcome, agents, to Strain 92-ZPT of the 0 Point Report, the #1 broadcast all about the news surrounding the Secret World IP. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2024, and with me tonight we have our hosts, Two-Ton Waffle.
Morning.
Morning, sir. We have Jimmy the Rabbit.
Ew.
Hey. And we have special guests with us tonight. #1, Brandon Verhalen from Star Anvil Studios. How you doing, Brandon?
Fantastic. With my mic on, you can hear me.
That's it's the best way, really. And we also have the very, very stoic
and sleepy
Andy Benditt.
It's me. Hello. I'm just gonna have my little eye mask on the entire night. I'm feeling a little out of sorts tonight, so I'd rather not have the camera on because maximum perceiving or being perceived is just not my cards tonight. Hopefully other things will be in my cards tonight.
I feel it.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Totally understand, but I get that.
But it is
so
excellent to be here after so long, so thank you.
Oh, anytime. Yes,
Yeah.
Welcome to the 0 Point Report. We have a very special episode for you tonight. We are going to be playing some Secret World Tabletop tonight using the Savage Worlds rule set. This is going to be either really amazing or a train wreck. We haven't figured out which yet, but hopefully the former.
Yeah.
It can be both.
Yeah.
I mean,
the duality of man
both.
is better. Yeah. Honestly, the most fun tabletop sessions are the ones that go off the rails a little bit.
The ones that go a little train wreck? Yeah.
Yeah. A
little
train wreck as a treat. Yeah.
If it only goes a little train wreck, I'll call it a
little
great
train
success.
wreck.
Only the last car falls off.
Yeah. We lose our caboose. So what?
No, it's gotta be full-fledged suplex train like Final Fantasy VI style. I'll stop.
Best way to handle
set
trains.
you guys up.
Yeah, you gotta suplex them.
Brandon tonight is going to be our GM. It's going to be working us through. Now, we are not really that terribly familiar with Savage Worlds. We are pretty much noobs to this.
Good, so am I. No.
Good. Okay. So we're gonna set this up. We did go through it a little bit last night. We got a bit of a primer, but no extensive training. So this is gonna be like how any new players really get into the game. Really?
Yeah, that's pretty fair. And the thing is, typically speaking, of course, you'd have more time. You're sitting around the table. But this is just gonna be a short demo, so we're gonna play pretty fast and loose with the rules too, simply to keep it from bogging down. And we could try and get every rule exactly right and everything, but that's not really probably going to be good for a first session with a bunch of people who are new to it. And I'm always a little, as I said we talked last night, I never let rules get in the way of a good game. So good time. So
true.
And or killing my best friend whenever he shows up in a game, because I've killed my friend's character at least in the last 4 games. Everyone, I think I've killed 3 of his characters, but I had a good time. And that's really all that matters. And my wife.
So I just want to point out that right now the Secret World Savage Worlds rule set is currently in the midst of its Kickstarter. You've currently raised $34,409 out of a $10,000 goal. 545 backers with 9 days to go. A couple of what do they call those? The extra
stretch
things.
Goals.
The stretch goals. A couple of stretch goals already unlocked. An adventure by J.M. DeFoggy, who is if I'm not mistaken, the creator of Savage Worlds?
Oh, no, that would be Shane Hensley.
Oh, okay, no.
J.M. DeFoggy's their media guy who does like interviews and stuff for their games and such, and all the aces, and talks to all the creators and stuff. And all around, he's a game designer, and he's a pretty cool guy.
Okay. And then also unlocked a second audio drama. The first audio drama has already been released with the first Kickstarter. Go check that out if you haven't already. It's really good.
Do we have a link for that we can put in the chat?
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
I got it right here.
There you go.
Right there for everybody. So yeah, go check that out. Just touching on the next stretch goal, on the 35,000 stretch goal.
Mm-hmm.
For the adventure generator is the next step.
Yes. And I have so much faith it's going to be done. I've already got it written. We're just editing it out now.
Nice.
I believe we'll make that mark. So I had it done. We're close.
So yeah,
it is system agnostic. So those who have the 5e stuff, if we put it up there online, we might put up like $1. they can use it for that game too. It won't leave them like out on that one.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So for the unacquainted like myself, what is the mission generator?
It's a number of it's basically like story prompts. So what's the objective? What's the
Oh, gotcha.
location? And then it has like what's the twist? What's going to be the little problem or an obstacle that can pop up? And you just draw a card. We got it set up to draw cards. And I drew some cards the other day for us to try it out, and it said the area is abandoned. I was like, okay, but it said the area is a forest. How do you have an abandoned forest? It's a lumber farm. Okay, so that's been abandoned. Why is it abandoned? There's a strange plant growing out there. Who's after it? Orochi's after it is what I drew. And the players it says they have to do it quickly, which means, Orochi's going to be there. And I said, the next 4 hours. You have 4 hours to find this plant. And and then the last little twist was the dragon had an alternate agenda, because of course they do. And so they're probably trying to make the plant grow instead of getting rid of it. But whatever. It just prompts to give you ideas to put a story together quicker. And it was fun.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, those kinds of prompts are really great for novice GMs like myself. So it's all
Even
in
for
case you're like have
experienced
writer's
GMs.
block like I frequently do. It's really nice to have those kinds of prompts. So yeah.
Even for experienced ones, I think to make you think outside the box.
Yeah.
But yeah, also vulnerable. It could also just be irradiated like Chernobyl. Get out of there. The way this was actually, I ran this adventure once. I wrote it. I ran it once, and I'm going to try to do a condensed version, which I haven't tried to do. So that's also an experiment. In the initial part of this adventure, the characters would have been in Kingsmouth, and you were sent there, put together as a team to explore and find out there's some kind of weird goings on in the town, and they're really worried about why Orochi has increased their presence in this town so much, and there's so many signals going in and out about it. So they sent you guys to investigate there. And when you get there, I'm summarizing it so you know where you end up now when we start. You're investigating the town. You're sent as if you were government agents with suits and fake IDs and all that such. And you explored the town, and you were looking for whoever was this agent that sent out the signal about something strange goings on, and you were supposed to find this agent named Sarah Connor. It's a really weird name. I don't know where my wife pulled that name.
Never heard of him before.
Yeah, totally strange.
She told me I was supposed to take it out. I said, no, I'm keeping that name in there. But it really has nothing to do with the story other than I thought it was funny as a placeholder. Anyway, you don't find her, but then you find Joe. My brain. Joseph. Is that what I'm saying? Old Joseph. That's
Joseph Joestar.
Yeah. So anyway, you find him and you're about to, a strange dream comes. You're all washed into a dream where there's this overwhelming zombie type creatures and electronically infused slug creatures converging on you in the dream. You're almost all killed in it, and you're pulled out of the dream. You need to go to Shasta. That's where the actual problem is. It was all like, the mission's not really here. It's there. And so that's where you guys are headed to, Mount Shasta. Okay. So some world-ending event is started in Mount Shasta, and you have to get there before it actually comes to fruition.
Okay,
and
all right.
You guys, you took Agartha, took the shortcut, found a place where you came out, and you rented a nice big SUV, black SUV, because you have funds from you're provided
Shotgun.
with things you need. Yeah, shotgun, that's important. And so you're all in a big, nice blacked-out SUV with your fake credentials, and you're showing up at you're driving towards the town. And this is where you guys start. So before we get full into that, if you guys want to introduce what kind of the type of character you're playing and everything for everyone else watching. However many people are watching, I don't know.
Sure
Just a
thing.
few. Yeah.
I guess I'll start. I'm playing an Illuminati gunslinger. Just your standard pistol, shotgun, wielding gunslinger.
You shoot people. Ask questions
That's what
later. You're John Wick.
A little bit of
I get carried away.
the Matrix. I always loved the Matrix as a movie. Got into that.
A major influence for how you like to tackle the various obstacles sent your way as a bee.
I
And
didn't
somehow
become a bee
worked.
until after the movie. After the
I
movie
see,
came
I
out,
see.
I was just a big fan of seeing it in the theaters of a certain age.
I understand. Yeah, you had those Ray-Bans on. You were like, bruh, yes,
I was like, dude, this is amazing.
this is what's up. Yep.
Yeah.
How many times did you say, dodge this?
All right, so next.
I can go. I will be assuming the role of a Illuminati Punisher. Tough as nails, sort of close range combat character with a hammer and a shotgun. I'm terse and ugly and impulsive.
Sounds like a good time.
But we love
Now-
you.
Thank you. No, what you actually see is I'm just the imposing figure that stands that's sitting in the back of the van as we're running around. Is wearing a black Oni mask that kind of clashes with the navy blue motif that the Illuminati typically have, but don't really care. And I just sit silently in the back,
Silently brooding with a giant hammer
silently.
next to him.
Yep. And a shotgun just like very calmly laid out across my lap as well.
Just say it's hammer time regularly. That'll be good.
It's time to
Sure,
bust
my age
some
there a little
heads,
bit.
baby.
It's Morbid time.
Oh my god.
And next,
It's my line.
I'll
Go
guess
next,
I'll
you
go.
go next. Go ahead.
I'll be playing a Illuminati trickster, sitting comfortably in the shotgun position on the van, because that's pretty much where I will be. Now, I exude confidence a little bit too much, but I am a little clumsy at times.
okay.
All the time.
And last but not least,
So I'll be your dragon assassin, the popcorn kernel in the teeth of this group, and my character is a bit tongue-tied and curious as to why he's not shotgun.
I guess I'm driving.
And
You had to
and
say
also,
it sooner.
and also curious why my jogging outfit is so drab.
and since we have 3 Illuminati, we have 9 archetypes. There's three of each faction. We just did that to flavor the archetypes, and 3 people picked all three of the Illuminati options and 1 dragon. So since the Templar are not being represented by any of the players, I thought I would.
I got the red
represent them.
also too. So
There you go. All right, so you guys pull up as you're getting close to the town. In front of you, you're coming over the hill, and then right down you see about a half a dozen military vehicles right in front of the road. There's a roadblock. There's soldiers. They're turning people around as they come up, telling them to leave. And as you pull up, they motion for you to roll down the window. They say you need to leave. This town has been shut down. And you guys easily notice as you're looking at the town that all the lights are off. There's no power in the town. It's early enough in the evening that it's not dark, but there's 0 lights on, no signs, nothing, not a stoplight, not a thing. And as you pull up there, the guard motions for you to turn around and tells you, hey, you need to leave. What
We
do
were
you
just
do?
trying to find the local Lowe's. You got a Lowe's up here?
Now, remember, you have government agent IDs, government issued looking suits and all that, but you could try that as an option.
Try to see. It's just it seems like a nice, standard dude. Just trying to listen.
wait, you
we're
haven't
just trying
seen
to- we're
four
just trying to get
guys
through.
in a blacked out truck or SUV in government suits or dark suits before going to Lowe's? You gotta pick up those nails.
We got to go there.
Okay, is that what you're going with?
Going with that.
Okay, then they tell you to leave. The
All
town
right.
slows down. Government shut the town down.
All right. We're supposed to be here.
Well, hold on. Excuse me, sir. As I fish around for my wallet to try to get my ID, I show it to the soldier or the guard. It's official business.
Official business, you say. Here's where you would now roll your persuasion. Look at your character sheet and see if he's convinced that you actually have official business here, or if you're just a bunch of agents wanting to go to Lowe's.
Well, it's a good thing I have a D8 plus 1.
Yeah, and don't forget to roll your D6 to go with that. Always roll a D6 with whatever you're rolling, but you don't add them together. They're separate.
Where's my dice?
You have no dice.
I'm winging it. Hang on. So I got D8 modifier 2 or no 1.
So what'd you roll? Oh, you're
Hold
still
on.
rolling.
That's D8 1. It's a modifier plus 1. It's a 12. Explosion 5 equals 17. Wild die is 2.
So what'd you roll on the 8-sided first time?
The 8 side
You
is
rolled it.
2.
So you rolled a 2 on the 8-sider,
Yeah.
and you rolled a 1 on the 6?
So as far as I'm aware, explosion is only when you roll the highest number first.
Yes.
The max
Okay.
number on the die, then you
Right.
roll it again.
Correct. That's why. So if you rolled an 8, if you rolled a 2 on the 8, that's a 2. And what'd you roll on the 6-sider?
Yeah, I'll show you. And that's what I came up with.
You rolled a D.
Where
You
is
got a
it?
trait. No, you don't roll the. You roll the trait die D12. What's your skill? Your persuasion is not D12, right?
No, it's D8.
So you just roll the 8-sided dice, and your wild die is a D6.
Okay.
So you roll whatever you do. You look at your skill, you roll that dice, and you roll a 6-sider as well. Always. That's the wild die. And so just re-roll it. Roll what you have on the 8, and let me know what that number is.
Yeah, it's doing a D12 though. Even when I did a wild die 6.
Are you using a dice roller?
Yeah, the Savage World.
Savage World dice roller.
Yeah, that you had linked.
Okay, you probably got it set to trait roll. You have to click it to do that one. Let me see here.
Is it standard?
Yeah, let me find the thing I shared with you so I can tell you how to do it. Savage World's dice roller. Click standard roll. Nope, that's not it. Trait roll. There we go. You should hit trait roll. You should just be able to tap the 8-sider, and it should roll an 8-sided dice with a 6-sider.
All right, so I'm on standard rolls.
No, Waffle. Go to trait roll.
Okay,
And click
Trait roll.
the middle die.
the middle die.
Yeah. Underneath the update button, there's 3 dice pictures. Click the middle one.
Oh, hold on, because it's not. I'm in Safari. Hold on.
Learning everything as we go.
You're in Safari.
Would this be
for
an
roll
opportunity
dice.
to roleplay as I'm impulsive and be like and try to intimidate the guards instead?
Sure, you can go ahead and do that while we're figuring it out. Go ahead.
Can I? So is this a van that like has a door out the back, for example? Could I just while this like conversation is going on, like I imagine Waffle's character is just like fumbling around for his documents. He's just,
Yeah,
like,
I'm still
such.
reaching in, trying to find it in my
Yeah,
very
he's just
large
like patting
pocket.
himself down.
Mhm,
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to since I'm in the back, I'd like to just like open the back like hatch
Mm-hmm.
of the van and step out with both my hammer and shotgun in tow.
That's a little bit odd.
That's why this is an intimidation roll,
Correct.
and I'd like to say we're here on official business.
Okay. So you're trying to be meant. You got the hammer slung over your shoulder, rifle hanging down. All the soldiers get very tense, and you say, "We're here on official business." You can
We're
go ahead and
here
make
on
your
official
intimidation roll.
business. This is above your pay grade.
Make your intimidation roll.
All right, so that's according to my sheet. That should be a D10. So let me see here, and then
Your intimidation says D10.
yes, let
Right
me
next to
double
it.
check really quick. Yeah, it says intimidation is D10. Yeah, so I just roll
Okay,
one D10 and then a 1D6.
And a D6, yes.
Okay, I got a 10 on the D10, a 2 on the D6.
Okay, so since you rolled a 10 on the D10, ignore the D6. It didn't get a 6. It doesn't exist now. Roll
Okay.
the 10 again because you got a 10.
Gotcha. Okay.
I posted up mine.
It's a 7
The
this
D8.
time?
So you got a 17, and then we'll go back to you real quick here.
Mhm.
Back into the right chat. Okay,
The
so
wild die is just supposed to be a D6.
yeah, you got the wild die changed to a D8 for one thing.
All right, and then
You click. There's a little click where you can click and say wild die size. It should be D6.
Yep, I got it now.
All right, so you rolled. Your trait die came up with a 6, and your wild die came up with a 3. You got a 6 for your skill. So you got a 6. So you were starting to persuade him. You were like, oh, okay, official business. And then the guy jumps out the back, throws a hammer over his shoulder, and holding a rifle. The other soldier's very tense. He said, "It's official business," and they're, yeah, it must be official. They're very scared of him, and they're like, yeah, you
Here
can
he
go
goes
in there.
again.
You can go in. Just you got to be careful. This is a government operation. You all need to stay out of the way. And I want you all to make me a notice check.
A notice check, you said?
Yeah, I want you all to make a notice check. Let me know
Okay.
if you got a success and or a raise. So a success would be, in this case, I'm going to make it a difficulty of 6, which means you need to roll. You have to have a 6 roll to be successful. But if you roll a 10, you're going to get a raise because it has to be 4 above the target number.
Okay, I rolled do I add a... So I always add a 1d6 to this, or roll a 1d6 alongside that check, right? Or no?
Correct.
Okay,
There-
so I got a 4... Oh, wait, my bad. Sorry, one sec. Reroll. All right, I got
Be cool.
I got a 4, and then... because I have d6 for my character, so it's a 4, then a 3 with 2d6.
Okay, so
I got
if you
a
rolled
2.
a 4 and a 3, you failed in this case because the target number was 6.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
rolled a 7 out of a D8, and the wild die I got a 6 on, so I rolled that again for a 5, so that's 11.
So you got a success and a raise. Okay.
I got a 2 and a 2.
Okay, 2-2.
I
Yeah, what'd you get?
I rolled double 6s.
Oh,
And then I
great.
rolled double one, and then I rolled
Okay.
double ones.
Okay, that's okay because you rolled after the successes are done. You're just adding 2, so you're not crit failing at
Yeah.
that point. It's just additional. So
It's
you
a crit
got a
failure on a
success.
crit success.
Yeah, you critically succeeded. Now you fail critically.
Task failed successfully.
Woohoo!
It's a very dragon thing to do, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's starting
It
off
is.
strong
It is.
on the
It's
dragon
very.
side.
Yeah. It's very on brand in character. I appreciate it.
So those that got at least a 6, you notice what's odd about some of the vehicles is they all look like they're brand new, just painted, and it strikes you as odd that the government military is not known for always having brand new painted vehicles everywhere all at once. Sure, you might have a new one here, but all of them. And those that got the raise, you notice a few more details. For example, the soldier, as he was leaning forward talking to, when you got closer to talk to intimidate, you notice that the collar was a little bit down. There's a shirt underneath it, and you just catch the glimpse of an Orochi symbol on the inside collar, not very well hidden. And as you look at the vehicles, you see some of the paint where it's splashed over is you still see the decal splashed over of an Orochi symbol on the doors, but it's covered by the paint. Not quite the government operation it appears to be, it would seem.
While you guys noticing that, I'm looking out the windows because I'm like, oh,
I'm too
Such
busy.
a lovely town.
It's a
in
lovely
the early
day.
Yeah. I'm tunnel visioning it, trying to scare these dudes.
So
I noticed the
they're
outfit,
gonna
but I
wave
don't
you
notice
in.
the cars. Okay.
They're going to wave
Which,
you in. They don't want to cause a big to-do out here, and you seem to be a government, and they don't want to raise any more issues, so they're going to let you go in.
Thank you for your cooperation.
All right.
So as you drive into the town, like again, you notice that as the sun's starting to set a little bit, you notice that lights are off, military vehicles going through town they got the megaphone out going. You hear someone saying, "Power will be restored as soon as our crews can make our way up the mountains and reconnect the lines. Right now, we need everyone to return to their homes and remain calm. We understand this is a frightening situation. We are confident that the person that has been abducting residents will be apprehended tonight."
Just a question, did I have raises?
What was your roll total? 7?
Sevens.
No, so you had a success because you needed a 6 to succeed, and a raise would be 4 points above whatever your target number was.
Gotcha.
So you would have needed a 10 to have a raise.
Gotcha.
But you were successful. That's why you noticed some details right away.
You're right. Okay.
And now you guys are in town. Some people you see some people still staying outside a little bit. They haven't quite, they're near their doors. You notice there's some soldiers, quote unquote, standing on some corners, directing people to go home. They're not being particularly aggressive, but people seem to be listening just because bad things are happening. The power's off. What's going on? So it seem to be listening right now. And you guys park your vehicle and can feel free to look about and try and figure out what's going on. Remember, you were told that there was something going to happen here, some terrible event, and that the agent that was working for Orochi that sent this original video that triggered all this was named Sarah Connor. And old Joseph told you how to come here to stop whatever was going to happen. So you know something's going on here. You just haven't figured out what yet.
The first thing I do is I get out. I'm like, you guys notice that didn't seem like any real military guys. They didn't seem any U.S. military.
No.
And I still don't know
Notice
where
that?
the Lowe's is.
Yeah, a
That's
stretch
also
go.
a problem.
Oh,
Indeed.
it's time.
And the light's off, so you can't find it.
Stretching. It's like, yep, that was a good car ride. Good thing we got past that checkpoint.
I actually think, and I don't know if anyone else saw this, but
So what?
I'm thinking Orochi. I'm thinking these guys aren't military. We've seen these guys before. They're pulling
Why would
something.
Orochi be here?
They were just
Why
wearing
wouldn't
fake
why
outfits.
wouldn't
over their
Orochi be here?
Uniforms, yeah.
They're everywhere. Those rats.
There's a bunch of military guys around here. What are you guys talking about? We got to figure out what's going to happen.
So,
Stop,
has
guys.
everyone else gotten out of the car?
Yeah, I assume you all get out of the car to look around. You can only do so much from the car, so
No, I take shotgun.
You remain in the car just to pick shotgun. As everyone gets out, you just immediately jump into the front seat.
He's
like, "All right,
already starting the breaking the number one rule: don't separate the party. First thing you do is separate the party.
You haven't gone anywhere yet.
He just won shotgun.
While
He pushed me out of the way. I was like, hey, that was my seat.
GM question. Do we know Jimmy's character's dragon, right? Or
I don't
no?
know.
Do
That's
we?
up to them if that was revealed.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Do
you're
we know
being
your
very
dragon?
chaotic.
You're too chaotic. You can't be Templar.
Tracksuit gives it away.
Yep.
Yeah, I was operating under the impression that we were thrown together like intentionally.
Yes,
Right.
it's likely you would know. It's really to make it simple. Yes, when you were okay with it for the mission because you were the people available. That makes it easy for
Sure.
So a tenuous alliance. I understand.
3-1 if you turn on them. So good luck.
Mm,
3 Loomies against 1 dragon.
I like those
Uh,
odds.
Those
We don't have-
hardly
we don't have
seem
good
fair
odds there.
odds for the
you
Lumi.
didn't bring enough
Yeah.
loomies, is what they would tell you.
All right,
All right, so I'm going to just look around. It's like,
Yeah, we get out, sniff the air. Do we notice anything recognizable that we've seen before?
Nothing stands out as like I said, other than the power off and the people driving through town, megaphones, such. I mean, that kind of thing is obviously a bit feels like what happens after a storm knocked out the power in a town kind of thing. It feels a little bit like a town's a little bit in crisis. People are tense because they don't know what's going on. You see a couple people standing outside of like the front of the house. It's a really small town. We're talking like it's a 2 stoplight town. One at the beginning, one at the end. You know, that's it.
Not even a Lowe's in
Yeah.
sight.
Not a Lowe's in sight. All the shops and buildings are like down one main part of the road and a couple other roads where some of the houses are. It's not very big.
it's not a very
you
small town USA type of feeling I'm getting.
I like how we have a test dummy in Agartha with us, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yep, that's my stand-in.
Nice.
Special request. Thank you.
You guys are trying to see if you can get any info. You decide to check and see if you get some information. One of the things that stands out to you real quick is you grab your phones. Hey, let's check and see if we get any information on anything in town. And you realize you also have no cell phone service. So that's
Are there any
another
guest
thing.
Wi-Fi's?
You check, but those are also not working. There is
So we're
no
completely cut
internet.
off.
You're completely cut off. That is correct. It's like someone's locking down the town completely from all. You do see a young woman. See, she's. See, how I want to say this. She's sitting on the porch as you guys walk by, and she waves tentatively. You look different than what she's been seeing. All the soldiers and the loud noise and vehicles running back and forth. And she goes, "Are you from the government too?"
Who, us? Name's Agent Smith.
You say us, and she looks around like, "Who else would I be talking to?" But yes, you in the black suits, you in the obvious FBI suits.
You wouldn't
really
happen to
are
know
the
where the local
obvious
Lowe's
guy.
is, would you?
No, there's no Lowe's in this town.
See, I turned around. See, guys, I told you.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it's wrong town.
Must
Yeah,
be a
go a little
regional
further.
thing.
Ma'am, could you tell us, though, a little about what's been going on here?
Yeah, what's weird is everyone else in town thinks this all just started today. But last week, that guy with the megaphone that went by, I swear he was here questioning my grandmother about something. He looks familiar. I don't think this is the first time these people have been here. And I think something's wrong. I think this is a government operation. I don't know if y'all are in on it. I guess you wouldn't tell me. It's all top secret.
You can trust us.
That's what everyone says that you can't trust. Always says that.
We're just here to help.
Oh, yeah, you're here to help. Do you know Reagan's quote on that?
Who's that?
Yeah, that guy, he came by last week, said he was reading the water meter. And I know that Tom always reads the water. So I don't know who this guy was. He doesn't work for the town. So it's BS. It's weird.
I get those sometimes as well. I completely understand where you're coming from. Very shady people walking about. Not like
Well,
us.
maybe y'all
we're-
should do something about it. That's all I got to say. And you feel like that's about all she knows.
Thank you for your time, ma'am. Much appreciated.
It's relieving to know there's people with their wits about them here.
And then let's see.
Now, when we look down the street from where she was, is it continuing on more of a residential?
There's the main drag of town. You guys walked that and you started going down the residential, so looking around, and yeah, there's more residential that way. And you do notice that there seems to be more activity. As they said, they have to reconnect the power up in the mountain. So apparently there's like a line coming over that's down or something. And so you're trying to figure out, is there something going here? Is it over there? As you're walking around the residential section, you see a lineman. A guy's actually up on the pole trying to reconnect the lines, which seems odd if the power's off, why he would be reconnecting the pole in the first place if the whole town's cut somewhere else. He seems intent on fixing this pole as fast as he can.
Say, hey there, buddy. What you doing?
He looks down and goes, you new around here? Because I'm fixing a power pole.
Oh, you're a local Sparky.
Yeah, I'd prefer lineman, but sure, yeah, Sparky, whatever. You guys are different. What are you doing here? Are you here to help?
Different how?
We are here.
Everyone else is dressed like military, run up and down the street shouting, telling us to get in the house. You're the first one who's actually just walked up and said hi at all, so that's different. And there's a van running into all you in your vehicle there. So you got the van.
Huh?
It's Bandy.
Andy Benditt. Yep.
Nice.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. So yeah, we're in the van now. We're driving the van. So many dead agents in it. Just slapping the top of that thing.
Yep.
He shimmies down the pole real quick, and if you're really here to help, maybe you can help me find my friend.
Oh, he's not with you?
I mean, you heard about all the people disappearing.
We have, yeah.
My friend Gary disappeared, and he was taken down the sewers. I swear something took him down in the sewers.
No.
And these military guys are saying it's nothing to worry about, just go in your house, and they won't check the sewers. They're worried about something up in the mountains or something. I don't know. They're just ignoring everything else, and he's trapped down there, I'm sure, by whatever took him, and nobody will go look for him. The sheriff just tells me I'm crazy, but I swear see, Gary, there he goes disappearing again. Yep, he's a snail. I need help finding him. I know the sewers, but I'm afraid to go down there by myself.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but we can help.
That's what we're here to do, right? We're here to help. What does
but
Gary look like? Do you know? Can you give us a quick description of him?
He's bald, got a red hair, graying goatee, little heavyset, middle-aged white guy. Looks a lot like this guy, just because that was easy. Just like this. That's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I think
but more handsome.
No, but you said he disappeared down to the sewers. Are you sure?
That's what everybody keeps saying. Are you sure? Yeah, yes, I'm sure, but nobody will go with me. And if there really is some creature or thing or something down in the sewers, you think I'm going to go down there by myself?
Is there any entrance to the sewers that you know about?
When I say it's the whole town, this town had a larger maintenance tunnel system at one point, and so when I say sewers, it's a little bit of everything. And there's an entryway right around the corner. There's the locked entryway you can walk down into and get into some of the maintenance in the ductwork. Sewage.
And what's your name?
Oh, sorry.
My name's Mark Wade. Thank you for asking.
Mark, it's been a pleasure. We greatly appreciate your assistance.
I add Mark's name to my list.
That's a Mark.
Does that mean you'll go with me?
How about this, Mark? You finish whatever you're doing here, and we'll go take care of it. We'll go try to find Gary.
Okay, that sounds much better, to be honest.
Psst, it's Greg.
It's not Greg. Nope. What are you talking?
I'm confused. Who's Greg?
Greg is the one that was taken into the sewers.
That was Gary.
No, that was Gary.
Oh.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yes, I know that.
We'll
Gary,
go find
that's
your
what.
friend.
We're gonna find your friend Gary.
Your friend Gary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only remember the names I make up as I go because I wrote it down on the paper.
No, I like that. I think that this should be in character and that we're just fumbling this person's name in front of them.
I'm overconfident.
You very confidently know his wrong name.
Okay, wait. Who's the one who's tongue-tied?
Jimmy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you're overconfident. So you're just like, yeah, it's Greg. So I'll give you a Benny for that. So you have 4 bennies now because you're role playing your character. We're gonna say that. The only problem I has is I recognize voices a little bit, but I don't know which face goes with which name in this screen set up here. So it's hard for me to figure this out. I'm not good at that.
I'm the one with
Waffle has the red background.
Oh yeah, tell that to the colorblind guy.
Colorblind guy. Waffle has the red background.
Oh my god.
All right. No.
And we got
Waffle's bottom right.
Sleepy Andy.
Yep. Just EP boy.
Well, I know Andy because he's got the mask. Waffle down there. So top 2. Mikey's on the
left.
Top left. Oh, I did have it right. I'm not a total idiot. All right. So
Yeah, the one with the gray background.
it's the gray background. Thanks. Yeah.
You could also go by the symbols. Waffle put our
Our class
archetypes on.
icons. Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah.
that
So
now.
I have the
Yeah,
Punisher
yeah.
icon.
Yeah.
I
All
worked
right,
very hard
so-
on that.
I
looks great.
I drew
You did
attention
great.
to
Did
it
good.
for you, Waffle.
They're so gray I didn't notice them. They blended in.
Oh, rip.
Wait, how was color supposed to help colorblind person? How was gray the
shade,
problem?
man. I can see the shades. No. So you guys are going to go explore the sewer on your own.
Yes.
Okay.
Gary, you've been a help. Gary has been a help.
Isn't that Mark?
It's Mark.
Let's go.
Okay.
Marks, I don't know how helpful you guys are going to be, but okay, good luck.
Trust us, we're professionals.
Yeah, he has high confidence in you. Yeah, we're from the government. We're here to help. You walk around the corner to the area where he said the entrance was, and you see a large. It leads down to the ground. You see a large concrete structure about the size of a van, but the back there's a steel door. It's secured and it's locked.
Anyone bring their lockpicks?
I don't think I have lockpicking.
I just have my hammer.
I feel like the
this.
Punisher
This is my
has the
lockpick.
lockpick.
Yeah, this is my lockpick.
Go for it.
Your moment to
master
shine.
key. Wait, so what do I? Okay, what do I roll here?
If you're gonna attack the door, you'd roll your fighting.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's a d6. So I roll 2d6.
Yes.
5 and a 3.
Okay, you successfully hit the door. The damage of your weapon should be your strength die plus your weapon's damage.
Okay, so my character's
should
strength
list.
skill is d6, and then I would be looking at for my
And I
weapon.
believe,
Oh, okay, no, I do see. Yes, so battle hammer. So strength plus d8.
yep,
I
so
see.
that's what
Okay,
you
so
roll.
I would. Gotcha. So in this case, I would roll d6 and a d8, and then also a d6,
No,
or just a d6 and a d8.
d6 and d8. So here's the
Okay.
thing about damage. If you had rolled a raise, you would have gotten rolled an extra d6. But you rolled a success, a simple success. So you just roll your damage as it is. Now
Okay.
these dice do add together, and if they ace, you do roll again.
Gotcha. Okay, I rolled a 7 total.
7 total.
Actually, no.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, 7 total.
Fortunate for you, it's an old door. No one's trying to keep anyone out that hard, and so you're able to actually break the door's lock. It was more to keep an honest person honest than to keep a actual intentional party from getting in there. So, because who really wants to go in the sewers anyway? You smash the lock. The door, you're able to pull the door open, and it creaks on its hinges. The wonderful smell wafting up from the, where all the plant matter and sewage drifts down through here and other things it's a little bit dank and wet. Fortunately, you guys do have flashlights with you because you had basic equipment with you, so you're able to see as you get down in here. You got the nice little headband ones, so you don't have to hold on to them. Makes you look really cool.
Got these at Lowe's.
Yeah, got them at Lowe's.
Perfect.
Where you came here.
Just letting you know.
God, Lowe's is getting a lot of free advertising. I don't know
Non-sponsored.
if they want it.
Yeah, hashtag ad.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, yeah.
Lowe's, please
Will
sponsor
Lowe's
us.
please
No,
give
I
me a
just hung on to
sponsorship?
my light from. Yeah, I got this back in the subway back in New York, so I don't know about y'all. Just hung on to mine.
You get down in there and now it's not flooded, but there's about 1 to 2 inches of water and material in there, and the walls have a little sheen to them as fungus and mold and slime have dripped on them as the humidity's in here. It's a nice time of year to be down in the sewers. Yeah. As you're walking in there a little ways, you start to notice that the walls seem a little shinier, a little more. The light hits them a little more oddly, and if you all make me another notice check this time, you're gonna see if you notice more details.
I rolled a 6 and a 1. So would I roll again?
If you rolled a 6 on a 6, you do re-roll it. Yes.
Okay. Well, and then I rolled a 3.
So you got a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And if the target number was 4, which in this case it was, you had a success and a raise because you rolled 4 plus 4 is 8, 9. So you stop there. You got a success and a raise.
I see. Okay.
I got a 2, so
I got a 1 and a 4.
Mostly a 4 is a success. Remember,
Yeah.
unless I say otherwise, generally 4 is a success. And a success is a success. Once you've hit that, unless I say you have a specific target, you've succeeded. So,
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
so
one and
got-
a 5, so that should be a success as well.
you got a what?
A 1 and a 5.
5. So that's a success. Okay. Most everyone succeeded. So one of you didn't, right?
I got a
The
success
three-
too.
The three of you that succeeded, you notice, as long as you're looking at, there's some, instead of being that green and browns, this is a definite black, almost oily substances dripping from the walls.
So I touch it.
Okay, definitely give yourself a Benny before I kill you. No,
It's always going to be one in a group that if you see something that is moist looking in a sewer, don't touch or lick it.
Okay. I am a nurse,
hey,
and the first
to
thing my nursing
my-
teacher taught me is, if it's wet, it's not yours. Don't touch it.
In my defense, I didn't lick it like Spinosaur suggested.
Fair. All right, make me a vigor check. This time you will roll your vigor, your stat for your vigor, and a d6.
Okay, so D6 and a D6 then.
If that's what you're, yes.
I rolled
In an
a
old
5
game-
and a
sorry.
4.
You roll a 5 and a 4. You succeed. So, fortunate for you, is you touch it. It starts to. First, you touch it to see what it is, and it starts to like crawl. Like it starts to go up your finger for a second, and you feel a little bit of a shock, and you pull your hand away just in time, and then it stays against. Like you felt a darkness, like a shadowy hand almost was reaching in, and it wanted a piece of your soul, but you're like, nope, I'm not that curious.
Guys,
Yeah,
Yo, what's up?
I see it too.
Yeah.
this is not your
Yeah.
pledge is not going to fix this.
It's a good thing that you reached out and touched it. Well, you get a good
Yes.
star.
Yeah, because now you know
Such confidence.
that's bad.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
And we would know this as potentially 0-point pathogen, right?
Absolutely, yes. You guys can play. You guys are. So I gave you guys seasoned characters. Your experience. You've run into a lot of bad things, fought things. You know, you're not like end game characters, so to speak, in that sense. But you're characters who've been around. You got some knowledge, some training. You're not new to the world. That's why you were.
Except for one of us touching the stuff.
But we didn't say was smart. We just said not new to the world. Some of you are less mentally acute than others. But
You know,
curiosity.
could have been regular oil.
Just cute.
Could be fine.
Yeah, regular oil. Could just randomly.
Yeah.
Could have been dripping.
Wasn't, but sure.
As you move further down the tunnels, looking for signs of supposed creatures down here, and this being a good indication of something bad,
And Greg.
you,
And
Greg or Gary,
Mhm.
Gil.
or Gregory,
Bront.
Gregory, you do hear the occasional scraping noise,
Oh, great.
like something dragging on the ground, and you're not really sure which way to go, so you just figure we'll follow the sound as it echoes down random turns and twists. You move consistently towards the direction of the sound, and you also notice that while the water and the the floor seems to get a little more flat and level instead of rounded, and you feel like you're going up a ramp a little bit to a degree. And
I want to try
you come
dragging my sword to match the dragging sound.
okay,
I just want to match it.
okay, seems very chaotic.
Can I smack Jimmy on the back of the head with my hand?
You absolutely
Can I join in?
You can all do it if you like. Yes.
Okay, great, perfect.
You
Can we do
automatically
an attack
succeed.
roll, or how does this work? Okay.
No, you just
Okay.
succeed. Just-
Okay, gotcha.
unless you're actually trying to harm them, that's a whole different story.
No,
Um,
right.
Jogger pants
Is-
boy, stop.
As you come
Hey.
around the corner, you notice two things. One, there's a misshapen human-ish on the ground, and right behind him is a door that's slightly ajar.
Was it a door or
And-
is it a jar?
I knew that was coming.
It's a jar made out of a door. Wait, a door made out of a jar. And you see him sitting on the ground, and he looks towards you, and he seems to be covered in a black, tarry substance. And his eyes are glowing. And you
Yeah, this is not
see-
good.
You see what appears to be like electronic circuits and wires running up and down his arms and his body. And he's, Wade, help. Do you know Wade?
I
Did
consult
Wade
my
send
notes.
you?
Is this Gary? Is your name
Gil?
Grant?
Grant.
Hello there.
You say hello, and the eyes suddenly glow brighter, and the demeanor changes, and this sort of misshapen person begins to stand up. Oh, why did it just kick me out? Because I didn't do anything for so long.
Oh, did you
I
go
gotta
into sleep mode?
the initiative tracker. If you don't do anything for a certain amount of time, it kicks out.
Oh,
Probably right.
gotcha.
It probably sensed that we were getting close to fighting and very soon, and it wanted to make sure that
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
had
gotta
to do
keep
more
the lift.
work
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah,
prepare.
of course, it knows. It's in
so-
on it. It's actually part of the
Yeah, it's part of the story.
cahoots. Yeah. It's the reason why all the power's out and everything. Or the reason why all the power's out also took out your initiative tracker.
Oh,
Oh, God.
It knows.
it's an ARG.
Yeah. Everything's true. The secret war.
I was putting it down by your guys' classes and such. And I should be able to turn it back to session online. I'll have to give a new link for that real quick. There, I got it fixed. Just let me drop that in.
I don't think Gordon's making it back either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think he's making it back. Yeah. Damn.
I feel sorry for Greg.
Yeah, it's true. And Gary as well.
Jerry.
Gary. But no.
Oh, damn it.
You guys, the demeanor changes. That this man stands up and lurches towards you, and says, "Make it stop!" And then a big tentacle of ooze and blackness come rising out of its right arm, and it goes to swing at you.
Oh, great.
Did you say he had electrical stuff on him too? As well
Yeah,
as
it's
the
electrical
stuff?
cables and things running up and down his body and circuits and yeah.
So would this be a time where I could use electrical storm?
You could do whatever you want, but we're going to
Since
do
it's taking a
initiative
swipe
now.
at us?
Can we not have Can we not do electrical storm while we're in 2 feet of water ourselves?
Yeah, a moist environment.
Listen,
Yeah.
you can see if you can roll before me, but I'm gonna do electrical storm. That's
Oh, that's
electrical
fair.
guy.
So here's how it's going to work. Here's how initiative works in Savage Worlds. You guys are being attacked. You're not surprised. It's stood up to attack you, so we don't have to worry about surprise. So it works by drawing cards. And it goes in order of by suits, reverse suits. So if you have an ace, you're going to go first. But if two people have an ace, it's the spades will go first. And then hearts, then diamonds, then clubs. Okay? So if you have the same number. For example, right now we have the warlock has the ace. You get to go first. The tech zombie, that's what we're calling it,
It's
has a king.
trickster.
But we'll go later.
Trickster.
Oh, trickster. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
Got to mix up my brain.
I was looking like, where am I? I'm here in ethereal.
You're not. Your
So
class
say
has
we
been
all.
changed. Trickster has an ace. You can choose to act. How you act is up to you. This is obviously a threatening creature, and you've dealt with things like this before. It's probably this person can't be saved, and if you even care about such things.
Oh, they attacked. They're going down.
Okay,
I'm going to go use illusion.
you're gonna try and use an illusion on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's hitting something that's not really there. So I
All right.
need to.
You on your sheet you should have. These are my should be adjusted. You should have a sheet, a skill, and under spirit, it says focus.
Spirit D8.
Not the spirit itself, but there should be a skill called focus, and that may be D8 as well. I'm just making sure you understand that. You see that?
Don't see a focus.
Under skills.
Should be a-
Oh, skills. Oh,
fighting.
yeah. Focus D8. Yeah.
There you go. So that is for activating if you're activating a power, that's what you have to use. That's your power activation.
All right. Roll 8. I also include the wild die as well.
Yep. You unless I say otherwise, you will almost
Always do that.
roll with
Okay.
these. Yep.
8 rolling. 5 and 2.
Okay. So you successfully activate your power. If you're doing a power at your attacking that does damage, it would matter because you got to raise, you'd get the extra D6, for example, or if the target number is higher. But in this case, you're just activating the power, so you succeed. What power are you activating?
The illusion.
All right. So
So I want to throw out pretty much copies of myself in front of or off to the side. So Sparky Boy, we try to go for those.
okay. So the way it normally works is when you do an illusion, the person or thing trying to be affected gets to make a smarts roll to resist the illusion and see through it. Okay. Now this creature, you wouldn't normally know this, but I'll explain. It's a standard creature. It's not a what we call a wild card or a tougher creature like the big boss. So they only get to roll single dice. They don't get the extra D6. Okay, the big bads do and certain special ones, but not in this case. Let's see.
I just know he's going to strike over there while you guys can finish him off. There you go. You're welcome.
All right. It looks and it sees the illusion. It seems to see it. It seems to be ignoring it.
Curses again.
You feel like creatures like this are probably generally immune to such actions, maybe they're not smart enough to have an illusion work on them. I don't know. It's odd. They see things differently. So then it is the king, queen, jack. So it is actually the creature's turn. Yay, fun for the GM.
Sorry, guys. We're all dead.
It lashes out, and
I
we're
told
just
you
kind
he
of
was
going
the healer.
We're going out with relatively just because I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take this D4 and go. It attacks the assassin. Why? Because. Now, when you look at your character sheet, what's your parry for your character? Because this is a melee attack, so when you know your parry, that's their target number to attack you.
My parry is 5.
So I rolled a 4, which means I absolutely am unable to affect you. If we're to be more descriptive, it's let's see, what's your character's weapons?
Sword and elemental.
Okay, so you, as the tentacle comes down at you, trying to clash you, you just use your sword and bat them to the side, maybe cause a slight cut, cinematically, not actually causing real damage. The creature's tentacles withdraw, and it does not get to strike you. And then it is Queen Punisher's turn.
All right.
Now I'm just pointing this out now so you know this happens later on. For example, the gunslinger, you have a 5. You're going to go last. If you really didn't want to go last, you felt this was a bigger threat, you want to go before the bad guy, you could say, I want to spend a Benny and redraw my card, and you can move up, and you might get a better card. I wouldn't do that in this fight, so you would know, but you have that ability. Okay, so Punisher.
And as a gunslinger, 5 is the lowest that I could get.
Oh, you have that. You have to. So you
have the quick edge, which means and any action card must be higher than 5. Oh, higher than a 5.
Yep. So I just clicked that, and what that means is what I should have done is click this again.
Oh, so it's greater than 5, not just greater than or equal to. All right.
Yeah. Now you have an ace. Yeah. So you're actually gonna be going in it. But because I did it in the order we're going to finish with, we'll finish letting the Punisher go, and then it'll be your turn because I should have drawn for you.
All right. Okay. So does activating a power take up an action or no? If I wanted to use my go ahead.
It depends which power. The ones with an asterisk you can just do as a limited free action. They can be added to another action for a power point.
Gotcha.
Without the asterisk, it's an action, yes. So you got little quick powers, and you got your full action that counts as an action.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm just going to shoot it with my shotgun. I'm going to take a shot at it.
Awesome.
You've been wanting to shoot something.
Pump action. Say what?
You've been always wanting to shoot something since the whole session.
I have. It's true. I have an itchy trigger finger, and Grant here, unfortunately, I think is gonna be
Blammo.
Unfortunately, willing blammo. That's what I yelled before. Yeah, that's my gun's name. Yes. My combat shotgun conduit. So yeah, let's see. So I'm assuming I'm within range because it does specify range here.
Yeah, you're in short range. If they're in melee range, you're in short range. Now, normally speaking, to be real specific, if you're in short range, depending where you're standing, if you're actually in direct melee combat, you couldn't use the shotgun. It would be too close, or you'd have a penalty.
Gotcha. Okay.
But we're kind of like, maybe you're standing off to the left a little bit. You weren't the one attacked, so you can.
It's like down the hall or something like that. Yeah. Okay. There's like engagement.
Again, we're playing fastness with the rules just to make this kind of roll tonight.
So yeah, for the sake of time, I understand. Okay, yeah. So I'll take I would like to ready blammo my combat shotgun conduit and take a shot at.
Are you using a power? Or are you just gonna shoot the?
I'm just gonna nothing fancy, just straight up shotgun.
Okay. Roll your shoot.
Okay, I'm shooting D8.
Come on, get a raise, get an extra D6 for damage, and you can roll 46.
I would love to. I got a 7 and a 2, alas.
That's definitely it's a hit. So you do your 3d6 damage. Now these all roll together, and if you ace, you add that and roll it too.
All right, I got a 5, 1, and a 2, so 8 total.
Okay. All right. This particular baddie is not that tough, and that actually you're like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm done. I'm not black ooze. Nope, not happening. You just whip up the gun, fire it off, and you just blow its head right off. Put that one right out of its misery in one shot.
Look at you with a one click.
Or Gerald. We knew him for so little.
This name. Gary, Greg,
I'm sorry,
Gerald.
Gary.
And that was, fortunately, was rather quick, which is not surprising. Let me shuffle. So you,
GG.
in front of you is a door, and now this platform, you come up on that door, and above the door it says Orochi Research Facility, do not enter, but the door's open.
In true Orochi fashion, just leave it completely open and labeled. All right.
Here we are, but we're secret.
Told you it was Orochi.
See, look,
Still not
Orochi is
convinced.
here, guys.
Well, subtlety's never really
What
been
I-
a strong
what I
suit
think,
anyway.
yep. It's typical
Sorry, go
fashion
ahead.
for these guys, really. I'm surprised we didn't see any bodies. Oh, except for poor Gary here, but
Oh, now that he's dead, he gets his name right.
Was that actually Gary? I don't know. Are there any identifying
I
bits
think it
on,
was
on this
Gordon.
person?
Do you want to
if you want to check, see if he has
Yeah,
a
can
wallet, be my guest. But
Yeah,
he's all
can I
covered in
search?
the black goo.
If he's
Yeah.
covered in filth, then yeah, I'm not
He
gonna
is
touch
covered in
him.
filth, yes.
All right, never mind. I'm
Loot
good.
that body. Loot that body.
Yes.
Despite
Can I
a
blow up
stick.
the body with my breaching shot? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll
I'm-
breach a hole through his.
I'll poke
chest
at the
cavity.
body with my sword, see if I can
Perfect.
discern anything. I guess pockets or anything like that.
Okay, so you use your sword to keep from making direct contact, and you actually manage to find the where the wallet would be on this filth-covered body. You manage to cut the pocket open and flip it over. Yes, Bomer, it's just this is really quick, fast, and loose. If you want to give me some names to work with right now, I'll pick one. Which one would you like me to use? Which
I think
subsidiary
it's
should it be?
Zagan. Zagan's the one that does cola, right?
Yeah.
Is that the food?
Zagan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zagan Cola.
Zagan's
That's
Cola.
the food branch.
Yeah, it should be Zagan.
You flip it open, and there is a wallet, and yes, you're able to, and you carefully flip it open, and then oh yeah, that's Gary. Wow, his name is actually Greg, but he says Gary's his nickname. No. You were right all along.
Poor George.
Jesus. So you enter the door, or you decide to go back, or
I say, what do you guys feel like? You want to keep going?
it's one of those things where the GM says the story ends here if you don't go through the door.
I have a sneaking
feeling that-
suspicion.
I have a sneaking
Wait, is the
suspicion
door
there'll be-
closed? Is the door
we'll have
closed or
dire
open?
consequences if we don't.
Slightly ajar.
Slightly ajar.
Slightly
Or
ajar.
is it a door?
I go forward and I open the door with
Okay.
with the edge of my shotgun.
All right, you open the door, and you see a couple of flights of stairs going up, and looks like this is like an exit down to this service door down here. And here the power is still on. Maybe some kind of backup generator or something is operating here. And the flashing red lights, you hear the occasional, this facility is on lockdown. Do not let anything escape. Don't let it
Typical
out.
Orochi. Yeah.
Don't let it out. It's too late.
Close the door behind us.
Okay, you close the door behind you, and you hear like a whir and a click, and the door just solidly locks.
Hermetically sealed.
Yeah,
Jogger pants.
the magnetic
God, come on.
locks have engaged. You cannot open this door again. You are now going through the rest of the facility the other way because you don't have a badge.
Okay, Bob. Thanks
Only
for
way
locking us
forward.
in.
As you go up the stairs, that's the only way you can go at this time. You get up to the top of the second flight of stairs. There's a door that now the door's shut. Now you get up the stairs. Now that door is also ajar, which is a good sign for you. Otherwise, you've been trapped in the stairwell. I guess you could shoot it open too. So you step through there, and several corridors running different directions. Scattered papers on the floor, file boxes. You do see a couple of bodies laying on the floor. People that have been obviously killed by some kind of tentacled horror, maybe, as it tried to escape out the door. And you feel like obviously it's hit the fan here. That you don't feel like that part. But as you're coming around the corner, you see a person exit a door. They don't notice you. Their back is towards you. They're wearing a yellow containment suit. They've got a big box in their hand, and they're moving quickly down the corridor ahead of you the other way.
I'm just gonna pick up one of the
Do we
papers off the
pursue?
floor.
Oh.
So I yell, "Stop!"
Okay, they freeze in their tracks. They turn slowly with the box in their hand to face you. And they go, "Oh, thank God they sent help. Are you here to get me out?"
That's right.
What's
We
your
are
name?
here to help.
As you've said
Name
many
is-
times.
This is Greg.
First, what's your name?
My name? Oh, and
Yeah.
you see her badge. I'm Sarah Connor.
As I start walking towards them, I slip on a piece of paper that's on the floor.
Okay.
I gain my footing. It's like, whoop.
Is your character clumsy?
Yes.
Okay, you can give yourself another Benny, sure.
Don't mind him. Sarah,
Yeah, yes. You're here to get me
we've
out.
been
Thank God. This
we've
place
been
has
looking for
gone
you
to
all
hell.
over, Sarah.
Phew. I mean, did you see that thing? The things that are here? You know they have 3 of them in the lab locked up and they're itching to get out, and I'm not down for it. I'm out.
I'm
Well, you
down
said
for
there's
it.
3 in the lab.
Yeah, there's 3. 3 locked up in the lab. It's a
Mm.
big, they were testing them. They're trying to do some kind of experiment. They said this thing will allow faster communication over lines, but it got out of hand. It started taking over the computers. I don't know what, I don't care. I want out.
Well,
Help
let
me
me
get out of
ask you
here. I'll help
this.
you.
Did you do all this?
Me?
Yes, you.
How? She looks down at her yellow suit and she goes, "Do you see anything on my suit? I'm trying to keep from being infected
Answer
by
the
this."
question.
No, I didn't do this. Why would I
Okay.
do this?
What do you have in the box?
Yeah.
What's
What
in
do
the box?
Yeah, what's in the
What's
box?
in the box?
These are the files that I was supposed to bring to the office, and it tells how, it tells what they were doing. I don't know. I'm supposed to. They said they were going to send help, bring the files for the research, and we can go. And those creatures, and then you hear this loud thump in the area where she said the lab was. Oh God, I hope they don't get out. So bad if they get out.
Now, when you say I hope they don't get out, what do you mean by that?
Let me
Do
slow
you know
it down
anyone
for you.
Gary?
There's things in the lab, creatures, deadly things locked up in plexiglass secured cages. If those
Right.
things get out, they do more of whatever this thing that already got out here killed everyone else here. It got out. Now I want to get out before those things kill us. What would you like to do?
Fight them?
Or that?
Yes, that. But
Do you want to see them? They're in the lab. You want to go look at them? I'll show you. They're right down the
do you want
Great,
do you
yeah,
want to show
the
us?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Show me the lab.
And she just holds her head like you're just giving her a headache. She's okay, fine. It's right this way. And she starts I'll put the box right here. Who cares about this?
I take the box.
Okay. And she marches you
I want-
down. There's
I want to
two.
look through the documents.
We'll
You're
need
gonna
those
stop
later.
and look at them, or you're gonna read later or now.
Well, just like perusing while we're watching.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, you see some names and stuff that are interested of you, but we'll come back to that. Everything's not locked
I'm
down.
curious. Okay.
Okay, give yourself another Benny. See? That's how that works. The 2 double doors are secured, but Sarah takes her badge, waves it at the door, and the doors swing open. You come into a large, like a 50-foot by 50-foot room. Okay, it's got computers, it's got lab equipment. It's almost like, but on the one side, there's 3 cages, plexiglass type people in there, and their black goo tentacles slamming against the cages. But you only see 2 in the cage. And she goes, "Oh, that must be the one that got out already, or is it here somewhere?" She looks around, and those 2 right there, if you want to look at them, go ahead. It's gross, and you see their faces almost bend and shape. Their bodies are more liquid than solid now. You see what looks like, I said, electronic circuits sparking on. These are brighter and more intense than Gary, George, Jeff. Or at
Is
the
there
door.
any kind of names on the things they're in?
Yeah.
The containers?
Yeah, they're actually right there at the bottom said this used to be. No, there's no names on it.
There's
Numbers,
actually
like,
2 is because we
subject
relieved one of them
something.
of their head outside.
There are clipboards with some data on them. You start flipping through it to look at it, and she says, "Oh my God, my headache. Just this place is giving me a real headache." And she sits down from it, and you start coughing, and she's, "Oh, I feel sick. This place is making me sick. I don't know if the
Can I
suit's
shoot her in the
working."
head?
You absolutely can.
This is my impulse. I'm just gonna shoot her in the head.
All right, you
With
whip
my
up your gun to
shotgun.
do it, and just as you whip up your gun to shoot her in the head, she vomits all into the side of her suit. It just vomits out, and it's all black goo inside of her.
I turn
Face
around.
man.
That's not good.
That just happened.
And in quicker than
Oh no. Poor
for
Sarah.
just a moment, you feel there's just that moment when you can't act. It's almost like a video game where you're forced to watch the cinematic cutscene. Spacebar, and you see the suit bursting open as goo and black starts grabbing the electronic equipment around it, pulling it into itself. It smashes into the two cages and pulls them to itself too, and its mass grows larger and larger till it stands over 12 feet tall. And circuits and electronic boards sticking out of its eyes glowing, and this big, massive creature with these tentacles seems like it's ready to do combat with you and kill you.
Sarah, I'm going to suggest that you sit down, remain calm. We will help you.
I gave it the longest name I could, so its name is now the Big Bad Tech Death Machine. That's the bad guy, so that should give you a good feeling.
Very technical, yeah.
Seems appropriate.
And there is the initiative. Sarah Connor examines the room. Never mind, I'll go now. So your initiative is the assassin has a jack, and we have the 10 of spades for the gunslinger, 3 of hearts, and 5 of diamonds for the punisher and trickster. The person who would go first will be the assassin, followed by the big bad tech death machine, unless you guys wish to spend a penny, which you haven't spent any so far, to draw another card and go sooner, hopefully. Or not.
So can I go? Or do you wait to see if people want to do bennies first?
I'm asking right now if anyone wants to draw their card first, just so we know the initiative order. You don't have to. I'm just bringing that up now.
Now, does Jimmy still have the case of files in his hands?
Hopefully they're dropping that right now. So assassin may go.
All right.
Chuck that thing at it.
Throw the files at it. That'll make it mad. Paperwork.
Okay, so with the powers, you said the ones with an asterisk, you can
choose to just activate that. It doesn't count as an action, but it does cost you a power point.
Okay.
So you could do that and a power. It would still be like just doing one action, no penalty.
Okay, so then for my character, can I do Steel Echo and Dancing Blade?
Does one have an asterisk and one doesn't?
Correct.
Then yes, you may.
Okay. And then so what would I need to roll? Is it focus probably?
That's correct. You'd roll your focus with your wild die for both of those to activate them. And mark that many points down that you've spent so you know you spent them. And you all have 13 power points, don't forget, because that's just a really good number that everyone likes.
13's a good number.
It's my lucky number tonight.
So I just roll my focus dice then?
Your focus plus your d6. You're just establishing your powers are going to work.
Okay, so I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, both succeed, no problem. Tell me what your powers do, because if I could remember them all, I wouldn't need the book.
So Steel Echo, the blade glows with arcane energy, and the bee has the smite power.
Okay, so since you got a success, you're going to do an extra +2 to damage. So you're going to add that to your damage roll.
And then Dancing Blade is you can spend a power point to gain the sweep edge, or improve sweep if they already have sweep till the end of their turn.
So you wouldn't want to bother doing that because sweep allows you to attack multiple targets, and you only have one to fight.
Okay.
So that wouldn't really help you.
Gotcha.
You look cool doing it, though.
You look really cool, but yeah. So now you want to attack
it. It's damage +2?
Yes, but now you're actually activating 2 power. You're activating a power and attacking. That's 2 actions. Technically, your first roll would have failed because you had a 5 minus 2 is a 3, but we're just going to let that go. So remember, when you're going to do 2 actions, because you obviously are going to attack, you would have had to subtract 2, but let's just let it pass this time and keep that in mind when you make your roll next time. You would have needed a minimum of a 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you succeeded. Let's go on. Roll your attack, but you do have to apply the -2 to your attack.
Okay. So what would my attack be?
Your fighting skill.
Fighting skill is a D6.
Okay. Don't forget to roll 6 and a 6 then.
Say that again?
You don't forget to roll your wild die with it.
Right. Yeah, I'm using the dice roller, so the thing's doing that automatically. So I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay, so the 2 would obviously not work. The 5, you actually got a 3. That's terrible. You missed. However, you do want to spend your bennies. This is the big fight. You definitely wouldn't want to save them. So you just say, I want to spend a benny and reroll my attack.
Okay.
Which is what you can do.
I want to spend a benny to reroll my attack.
Go ahead. That's what they're for.
5 and a 3.
You can spend another Benny if you want, or you can
Sure,
stop.
screw it. No, we can do it. Why not?
Yeah, might as well.
They're there to use.
Ooh.
Yeah, you earned them.
A 6 and a 1 and a 2.
So you got an 8. -2 is a 6. You succeeded. You hit them. Now you can roll your damage.
Okay.
So it's your strength
And-
plus whatever your sword does plus 2 points. Add that all together.
Okay, so strength plus. Well, sword is strength plus d6.
Yes.
Okay, so
That's melee weapons are your strength, generally speaking, plus whatever the weapon damage is.
okay, 5 and a 4, and then you said plus 2,
Yes.
so 11.
Okay, so you did a total of 11 points of damage. Your sword scratches along its somewhat rubbery and tough hide and seems to do no damage to the creature.
Awesome.
Now, something I'm going to tell you to keep in mind for the rest of the round for everyone else that's going to go next. Let me pull up the appropriate page here. So we don't want to bog you too much down the rules, but we do want to tell the ones that really make a difference to you. And that is, for example, if you have the book or the PDF, you have certain things you can activate with your powers. These cost points. For example, this creature maybe has armor or it's tougher. You can activate armor piercing. It costs 1 to 3 points. If you spend 1 point, it gives you 2 AP, 2 points gives you 4, and 3 points gives you 6. That's not an extra thing you have to roll for. It's just you're spending more power points to increase your weapon's ability to damage something, to penetrate its armor. So on the next turn, if you if you activate your power, you may want to do something like that to give yourself a better chance of harming the creature.
Okay.
And now it is the creature's turn. I believe. Nope. It is not. It is the gunslinger's turn. Nope, I'm still
Aha.
wrong. Yep,
Nope.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's gunslinger. There we go. Okay.
Space
It is the
comes before
gunslinger.
swords, right? Yeah.
All right. So
There we go.
first thing I want to do is mark it. Or wait, is that what I wanted to do? Okay. A question.
Mhm.
The character sheet I have says I have a pistol.
Okay.
Is that dual pistols or is that just one pistol?
You have dual pistols.
Okay.
You're the gunslinger. Yeah, you
That's
Still.
okay. Then
technically you have the pistol and you have the shotgun. If is really the weapons you have. But if you want to just say 2 pistols, you could. But you can also say there's a handheld shotgun, sawed-off shotgun, and a pistol. This is your choice right now.
okay. So it's either dual pistols or the shotgun?
Pistol and a shotgun, or 2 pistols.
Okay.
I would
Okay,
do
I'll
pistol
go with
shotgun if I were
the
you.
pistol and the shotgun.
It's a good choice.
Because otherwise I can't use the shotgun powers.
Exactly. Kind of way. That is how that works. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So like one in each hand, shotgun in one hand, pistol in the
Mhm.
other.
Yep.
Oh, good times. All right.
And you have no penalty since you're the gunslinger. You're ambidextrous, and you have the 2-gun kid skill. You can take both shots with no penalty. Now, if you activate a power, that's going to put you to -2 to all three. You roll for the power, and your shots will all be at -2 when you make your rolls for them. But you could activate a power.
I think the first thing I'm going to do is activate the non-asterisk. It's the shield formation. A shimmering shield appears around the bee. The bee has a protection power.
Okay. So you'd roll your focus for that.
That's just
Now, how many
that's
actions are you
focus.
going to take? This is where you have to just tell me before you roll. Are you going to take 2 shots after this?
Yes.
Okay. So you will be at -2 for this
Okay.
roll and every
All right.
other roll. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, -2 for this roll?
This roll, yes, because it's the total actions. You declare your actions, and then the minus is applied to all rolls.
Oh, okay. All right. 5.
Yeah, that's a 3. That would fail.
Okay. I don't activate
Spend
my
a penny.
power.
You can spend a Benny. I would. This is
Yes.
the big
Yeah, let
fight.
me go ahead and do that.
We're not even tracking the bennies that hard right now.
Unlimited bennies.
That is not better. 4 to 3.
Benny Hill.
You could do a Benny again.
Just try to activate
Bad
my
luck.
power. Yes. one
People
more.
roll so well, but tonight I ran this adventure. It was an acing and stuff last time. I don't know. You never know how it's going to go.
Oh, you're killing people?
I haven't killed anyone yet.
Nope. Power doesn't activate. 2 and a 2.
Okay. All right. So you can
Forget that.
roll.
Forget the power.
Just roll and shoot. Still
Yeah.
do your shooting.
I'll just roll and shoot. Okay. Let's see. So first gun, that would just be shooting.
Yep.
And the D6.
Mhm.
Okay. That is a 6 on the D6. That's a 3 extra, so that's a 9, but I also rolled just a straight 9.
Okay, so either way, 9 minus 2 is 7. You have a success. You shot them.
Good. Okay.
That's good. And which weapon was that?
That was the pistol.
Okay. Just roll to hit with your shotgun first. Then we'll do
Okay.
the damage second, so we know how many hits you have in.
Okay.
And at this range, just give yourself a +1 to hit with a shotgun.
Okay.
'Cause it sounds good.
That would be a 5.
Is that with the -2?
No.
Well, -1, I should say. Well, even
that would be
-1. 4. Success.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, you succeed. So you've hit both times. You can roll your weapons damage for both.
Okay.
And of course, this normally goes much faster after you play a couple sessions and people know how their stuff works and things. But everyone's
All right.
learning tonight.
So the shotgun were close range.
Sure, sounds more fun.
So that would be 11. Oh wait, one of them is a 6.
So roll that and add it to it again.
Plus 3, 14.
14. Man, you just you blow a chunk of the creature off, and it stutters for just a second.
And then the
But you
pistol
All right.
be 5 plus 1, 6.
Okay, that just does nothing to the creature.
All right.
You like flies to me.
Yeah, that's not working out too well yet. It is
Okay.
the big bad tech death machine's turn, and it's going to strike out at first. It's going to swing at the gunslinger because you actually managed to. Actually, sorry, it was shaken a little bit. I got to give it a chance to roll its vigor to see if it comes out of it. It does.
I was gonna say yeah. Since it was damaged, it's
Yeah, it,
now
it was
shaken?
but
You pissed it off.
he shook it off. Yeah.
okay.
And then he turns around and he swings at the gunslinger. What's your parry?
Luke 5.
5. He will successfully hit you.
Ugh.
His strength is D12, and he gets D6 for his clubbing hands. This is the damage being rolled against you.
Did not like
Fortunately,
me.
what's your toughness?
So
he rolled a 6, so you actually managed to shrug that off.
oh, nice.
Managed to just take a grazing hit.
Pushes
And
me
then
back
it-
a bit.
Throws you back a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't slam you too hard. Punisher's turn. The Punisher's asleep. Maybe.
And
I think you
Hello?
Hello?
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, weird. Okay. I must have accident. Anyway, I'd like to activate one of my. Remind me again. So the asterisk skills are free actions?
Yes, you can do one of those on your turn. It will not affect any penalties to you. But it does cost
Okay.
whatever its power points are.
Gotcha. And then we all start with 10, or I start with. Okay, yeah. So I'd like to
You also
activate.
go with 13. That's the
13,
old
okay.
sheet for victim.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad. Okay. I'd like to activate Sure Shot with my shotgun,
Okay.
which is
What is
shotgun
that?
knows how to hit. Knows how to hit enemy weak points. After rolling for damage, I can spend a power point to make it vulnerable or distracted.
Oh, okay. So after
That's a
rolling
seasoned
for-
power. That would still apply here because I'm a seasoned
Yeah.
character.
And it said and how'd that one work again? Make sure I'm getting it.
It says the shotgun knows how to hit its enemy's weak points. After rolling for damage from the shotgun, the bee can spend a power point to make the target vulnerable or distracted.
Okay. And then are you going to, since you are activating the power, you still got to roll to do that.
Yeah, okay. And that's focus, you said? Okay.
And are you going to add points for armor piercing? Strongly suggest you do.
How does that work? I'm sorry.
If you spend 1 point, you get 2 points of armor piercing. If you spend 2, you get 4. And if you spend 3, you get 6.
Being power points?
You spend 1, 2, or 3 power points, and you'll get
Oh, okay.
2,
Okay.
4,
Gotcha,
or 6. Mhm.
I'll spend 2 points for 2 AP,
Okay.
or 2 AP powers, yeah.
That'll give you
And
4
then-
AP if you spend 2.
Okay, cool. Roll 2d6, roll a 1 and a 6.
You rolled a 6 on a 6-sider.
I roll. So yeah, I still roll a second d6. So my focus is d6, and then I roll a second d6, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 1 on one, and then 6 on the other.
You always re-roll the 6 and add it to it.
So I will roll another
I mean,
6.
in this case,
Or
it
I,
won't
roll, I
necessarily
rolled another
matter,
6.
but- All right.
So roll
So there's
again.
no-
Keep going.
You would keep going, but there's no bonus to rolling.
Yeah,
this
there's no
case,
points to
so
this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I activate the power,
Yep. You absolutely
Great.
do.
and then I would like to then attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make your roll.
Okay.
I mean, you got to roll your damage. I mean,
Fighting.
your shooting.
You're shooting. Yeah. Shooting is d8. Okay. So d8, d6. Roll the 2 and a 1.
Our rolls are not great tonight.
Yeah. Oh, to
Here's
die
this guy
on
called Benny that
Google.
can help with that.
I don't know if I was granted any bennies, so I actually don't know if I'm
Sure you
allowed
were.
to. Okay.
Sure you were. You
Right.
start off with 3 no matter what.
Oh, may I spend? Okay. So wait, how would I spend a penny here, or how would that benefit me here? Sorry.
You just say you're spending penny. You can re-roll your. You say you missed,
Okay.
so you re-roll
I would
your
like to-
your to hit roll.
Okay.
That's
I will
why I
do
used
that.
a whole bunch of them. Yes, because
Oh my God! I rolled another 1 and a 2. I would like to.
Spend a
I
penny
would like
again.
to pet. I would like to pet the dog. Yes. I'll spend a penny to pet the
Man.
dog. Okay.
God, tonight's rolls.
An
It's like
8 and a 2. There we go. Oh,
Hey.
so that's an 8 on the. That's an 8 on the D8. So I roll
now
another D8.
you
No,
do
that's
want to
that's the
re-roll
attack
that
roll.
one.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
that is how that works. You do want to
Okay,
re-roll
gotcha.
that.
So I got a 6.
That's a 14. That is going to be a success and a raise, which means you get to roll an extra d6 with your damage.
Cool.
So you're going to roll 46. And because you spent the power point, actions and attacks against the target are made at +2 until the end of his next turn. So you had a +2 to your roll too.
Oh, to my 2-hit roll. Or
Yeah.
To my damage roll. Okay. So
Which
I
means
rolled.
technically one of your hits might have succeeded, but hey, you got the raise, so let's just take it. It's
I'll
more
take it.
damage.
Yeah. In this case, 46. So then I got 16 total. 4, 4, 3, 5.
And here's where it really matters now. So you got a 16 total, right? You spent 2 points to that creature. I'm going to tell you, this creature has a toughness of 14. Okay? But 6 points comes from its armor. You spent enough points to decrease its armor. You can never decrease its toughness by more than what you decrease that its armor is. So if it had 4 points of armor, but you had 6 points of armor penetration, you could just take away the armor bonus. But you took away 4, so that 14 now becomes a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so his 14 is now a 10. Okay, total toughness, and your damage was 16, right?
Yeah.
So when you meet, if you get 4 full points above their toughness, you've done a wound.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you had rolled a 20, in this case, you would have done, or sorry, if you rolled an 18, you would have done 2 wounds. But in this case, you do 1. You wound them.
And then-
now. It's the first real damage the creature has taken.
Excellent. And then because of Sure Shot, also, I'd like to spend a power point to also make the target vulnerable. I don't know what the vulnerable does, but that's.
And that's what I'm telling you. You have that +2 to
Oh!
hit them. And
Oh,
that's
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's for everyone until the end of its next turn. So everyone who goes now and gets to go before it goes next turn gets that additional +2 to hit it. You've thrown them
Nice.
off balance. You found a vulnerable spot and made them vulnerable to everyone.
Excellent.
So you're helping the team out. So now
you go.
it is.
Okay,
it's
so
Trickster's
I-
turn.
So hold on. So I damaged it, but I didn't damage it. I didn't wound it.
Yeah, you shook it.
Okay.
You stun.
Okay.
It's a good way to put it. It's not that stun is actually something
staggered,
separate.
right? Yeah.
But yeah.
So is it back to
Trickster's
me?
turn. Trickster.
Trickster.
Oh,
All right.
Trickster hasn't gone yet?
No.
Shit.
No. He gets to go last.
So I'm going to use Mad Skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the start of my turn. B can spend up to 3 power points to mark that number of enemies. They get +1 on each shooting roll targeting a marked enemy that turn.
Is that an asterisk or a?
Yeah, it's an asterisk. Yeah.
Okay. So if there's only one enemy, you're going to get a plus. You just want to spend 1 power point to get +1.
Yeah.
But because you're spending that power point, you could spend additional points to increase armor piercing if you're doing a shot.
Yeah, because I was going to use pistol.
Okay. This won't require a roll. You'd have to spend the roll to activate that power. But so you do need the roll to activate the one you just activated. Sorry, whatever it was. The names, all these.
So you got to roll
I
your
haven't got
focus.
run enough to have them all memorized. So
All right, so I got to roll. Is that the focus
focus.
or no?
Mhm.
Focus first.
Yep.
All right, that's a D8.
I wonder if we would decided those are just going to be automatically. You don't have to roll for those. I'm going to have to it's a thing for me to.
All right, so I got a 9 and 5. So 9.
Okay, so yeah, you succeed, no problem. So now you just roll. If you're just going to shoot once, you can just roll to shoot, and you'll have no penalty.
Can I
If you want
do?
to shoot twice.
Yeah, I was going to do 2 shots.
So here's the cool thing: you spent that point that gave you a bonus +1 to hit. Because it's vulnerable, you have +2 to hit. If you take 2 shots, you're still at +1. So the bonuses are in your favor. You could even take 3 shots, and you would only be at -1.
Yeah, I was going to do 2, so it'll be
Just do
plus-
2 shots. You're at +1
Yep.
each shot.
All right, so my shooting is D6. 4 and a 3. 4.
So you rolled a 4, and did you add the +1 to that?
So it'll be 5 then.
Yeah. So either way, a 4 is a success. So you shot it. You just roll your normal weapon damage.
Yep.
And then you said you were taking 2 shots, so you can roll your second shot right away as well.
All right. Second shot is 4. It's the D6. The trait die is 1.
But the other die came up as a
4.
well.
The
It'd be
wild
4
die.
plus 1, right? So it'd be a 5.
It's
So
still
it'd be a
plus 1.
5.
So either way, it's a success. So you still
Yeah.
you both shots hit.
Yeah.
So you can roll damage for each now.
All right. Damage is. Where is that? That's another D6.
Yes.
All right. 5.
So what's your total? You're rolling for damage, right? Sorry, I was distracted for just a minute. Something popped up
Yeah.
on my
It
screen.
was 2 and a 5, so it's a 5.
If you roll when you're rolling damage, you add them together.
Oh, so it's 7.
And did you say you spent points on armor piercing? In this case, it wouldn't matter. We'll say you didn't.
Yeah, I did 2 shots. Yeah.
So you rolled. Okay. You rolled damage both times. You rolled 2 sets. What's your damage for your weapon? D6, 2d6 for the pistol? Yes?
Pistol is 2d6 plus 1.
Okay, so 2d6. So you rolled 2d6 plus 1 and got a...
5.
Okay, so you did 5 damage, so that did a... And what did the second damage do?
It's a 5 as well.
Man, the rolls are not people's friends tonight.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, so that is the first round. We will deal initiative again. Oh, my computer, don't freeze up on me now. Oh, the Punisher got the Joker. Cool thing about getting the Joker, you automatically go first.
Mhm.
You get +2 to hit, +2 to damage, and you go first. Also,
Exciting.
the creature is still vulnerable, which is +2. So you're actually getting +4 to hit and +2 to damage.
That's
There
exciting.
you go.
Wowie!
This is when you have
forced
when you have that.
Jokerification. Sorry.
When you have that, I would invest some power points and hit it with the hardest, whatever you think is going to hurt it the most. Also, if you run out of power points because you start off with 13, remember you can spend a penny and get 5 power points back.
Gotcha.
So what's the
I think I
Punisher going to do?
I think I spent 3 power points so far, right?
Sure.
Because I spent 2 on AP and then 1 on the sure shot.
Okay. So you're
So
at
I
10.
should have quite a bit left. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So if I make multiple attacks, then okay, my hammer's 2-handed. So am I able to make multiple attacks or no?
Sure. You can make multiple
Okay.
attacks.
Mhm.
If you make 2 attacks, normally you'd be at -2, and if you do 3 attacks, you get -4. But you have +4, so you can make 3 attacks at no minus, if you'd like. You could activate a power and make 2 attacks, and you'd still be at no negative.
Okay. Maybe I just want to wail on this thing with my hammer.
That's perfectly acceptable.
Let's see.
Whaling is perfectly fine.
Oh yes, very good. Okay, let me just see here.
Let me make a
Well-
suggestion. I pulled this up here. Let me take a look at your hammer.
The hammer itself has what is it?
Inspecting another man's hammer like that?
I'm gonna take a look at your hammer.
It's an adult stream.
Well, because it's strength plus D8 requires 2 hands, but
What I would do if I were you
because that's only
is I would do
Eight
the excessive damage power, which is smite. I would attack twice.
Smite thee.
I would
Well,
roll
okay.
attack. I'm just explaining.
Does
how
the
system
shotgun need to
works for
reload or anything like that, or could I just make a bunch of consecutive attacks with the shotgun?
You could do several consecutive attacks with the shotgun.
Because
sure.
the reason I say this is because the average damage of the shotgun seems to be a lot higher and more reliable than the battle hammer. Because the battle hammer is only strength plus D8, so that's just D6 plus D8, which is an average of what 8, whereas 3D6 average is 12.
I mean
so-
that if you want to, you can do it that way too.
That's how
You can make 3
that's how I'm
attacks with
doing
the
the math.
shotgun.
Yeah, let me do 3 attacks with the shotgun.
Okay. All right. So just roll to hit with each one.
Okay.
You're doing 3, no negative because you got the +4 going on.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I make
Three attacks?
3 separate shooting rolls
Attack
then.
rolls. Yep.
Okay.
Just make those all right away.
Okay. 5 and 4, 1 and 6, and the D6. So I roll the D6 again, right?
Yes, you still definitely want to do that.
Okay. So I got a 1, and then one last set of D8. So I got an 8 and a 5. So I'll re-roll the D8, and that is a 3.
That's 11. If you rolled a 4, because we're keeping it pretty simple, you have a success, you hit, you do your damage. If you
Okay.
rolled an 8, you got a success and a raise, you can roll an extra d6 on that damage roll. So it sounded like if I heard you right, you got 2 successes and 1 raise. So you would roll 3d6,
And then 46. Okay.
but you need to make these all separate rolls because wounds are determined by the damage of an individual shot, not the composite of them all.
So yeah, but okay. So I will do all right. 1 attack, 3d6, 4, 5, and 3. So that's 12.
Okay.
One more set of 3, 1, 1, and 5. So that's 7. And then the 4d6.
What?
Hmm?
Go ahead.
1, 5, 6, and 2. Would I re-roll this? Sorry, do I re-roll the damage as well, or no? I forget. Sorry.
If you roll the max on the dice for damage, you re-roll it and add it to the total. Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 6 on one of them, so I'm going to roll another 6.
Yep.
I got a 4, so that should be a grand total of 18 over 5d6.
Plus, don't forget, plus 2 to damage on all of these rolls too.
Oh, wowie zowie. Okay.
Give me the 3 damage rolls, please, 'cause
Ooh.
what did you do for your first roll's damage total?
I can't remember. Let's
See, you got to keep track of that for me. I can't write it down.
Should have rolled the Brendies
I
now.
want to say
Okay.
it was
It
like
was 20. It was 20.
12?
Oh no, it wasn't. No, let's.
Was it
All right,
like
let's just-
12? The first one?
I can't remember.
Okay,
Chat, help me
re-roll
out
your
here.
first one.
Who
Slow
remembers?
down. Just re-roll your first one.
Okay.
I remember what
We
the
can
last
go
one was, 'cause
rewind
that
on
was-
YouTube.
And I can
Re-roll
just
your
re-roll
first
them.
one.
It's really not a big deal to me. So yeah, okay. I re-rolled the first 3d6. That's 8,
Okay, so that's a
3, 1, and
total of
4.
10 if you didn't have the 2. Yeah.
and then the other 3d6 is oh god. Well, I got 2 6s and a 4.
Good. That'd be good for you right now.
Waffle!
So
Waffle,
I'm
look
gonna roll
out!
2 more 6s.
Waffle, you're locking out!
Okay. So 2 more.
Got it.
3 and a 1. So that's 20 over 5d6, and then another 2 on top of that because I'm
Yep.
the Joker.
Yep.
Okay.
So you got a 22. The third one I had written down as a 20 already. So you did 10, which had no effect. Second roll you did 22, and the third roll you did 20. So
Mhm.
the good news is, the second roll I should say, that was 22 points of damage. That's 18, 20. That's 2 wounds. The second
Ooh.
one is 18. That's a wound. That's 3 wounds. You'd already gave it to a wound. You actually turn around and you just unload on your shotgun and you blast this thing to pieces, and the goo just splatters to the ground and oozes everywhere.
I think Andy's the only one that's actually doing stuff here.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Linda.
it's nice to feel that way.
You know, if
Um,
if only she came with us, she could have lived.
Yeah, why did she bring us to the lab in the first place? What is wrong with her?
geez.
So you guys have defeated the giant monster living in the lab, and for simplification, you contact the appropriate people as the power is restored and this facility is locked down and the town is cleaned up.
No, I'll
Kick
remember.
Orochi to the curb.
Yeah,
I
Linda was
escaped with
a
random papers
good
stuffed into my
person.
pockets.
Lots of paper stuff in the pockets. So I know it's a little bit rough because we're learning the system and stuff. But it's not really a complicated system, but when you don't know it and it's the first time playing, I think everyone did really good. I think so.
I would like to give a eulogy to Gray, Gary, Grant, Gerald, Garfield, Gordon, Gendy, George.
Glengarry
And Linda.
Really-
And Linda. Don't forget
Really
Linda.
appreciate-
Garfield, Linda
Yeah.
Hamilton / Sarah Connor.
I
God
was
damn it.
keeping track of all the names. I had a little notepad over here.
So
everyone call me
how to know
SF.
it's a bit much to take in all at once first time through, but I think when you look at the powers, some of the things that I've seen when we played with other people, for example, we had one player who was not very well armored, so that player cast shield on that character, for example. Depending on the character's skills, you making the creature vulnerable was a really good choice because that benefited the whole party. That's a good strategy. You're helping everyone else now have the ability to hurt them. Spending the points to hit the armor and damage them more easily, that's a good thing. There's lots of things you can do, but again, when you don't know the system too well and you're still figuring out all the options.
Yeah, I think not having the core book or having read the core book at all, I didn't know what it meant by sweep. I didn't know. I still don't really know what smite. It's an activated
So
smite. I don't know what the hell
Smite
that does.
gives you +2 to damage, which is a big
Okay.
deal when you're talking levels of 4
Yeah, for sure.
wounds.
But
And if you
no, but
roll
that's just- I was-
yeah, I know you're
my
saying you
example
didn't know
was
it.
of just not knowing the system, right? So
Yeah.
I'm looking at things and I know what it does, but I looked at one of my powers and like the bee has the damage field power. The fuck is the damage field power? Right?
It does damage to a field around you.
No,
Yeah,
but
you-
I'm saying it would make
yeah.
more sense, right? It would
Yeah,
go
it's
smoother
in the
if I
power
had
section of the core
background
book.
knowledge
Yeah.
of what those verbs or adjectives mean. Like, just
And the thing is,
intuitively.
since we are a licensee of Savage Worlds, which is I like the system, we can't just reprint in full text all these things in
Sure.
the character sheet. First of all, it'd take up too much room. But if we did that, of course, we can't just reprint whole swaths of the book directly. We can reference them. And so we got as much on the paper as we're allowed to share, so to speak, directly from it.
Waffle, can you share the Savage Worlds dice roller on stream? I thought that was actually really cool. Just to show it off. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's a cool
made by a
system.
guy who actually, if you hadn't heard, he actually or the person that had that set up, that is done by what I call it. He's done a conversion of Eberron to Savage Worlds.
like
Okay.
I just really like that you can click the different dice. It rolls them in a little bucket for you. It auto rolls the explosions. It like shows it for you. It tells you if you had a success as long as you put your target number in there. That was really cool. And it apparently has Discord integration, although I don't know how that works. But I don't know. I really liked it for this kind of setting. Like
Now, Savage US does have a dice roller, which I haven't messed with yet. That I didn't turn it on. The Savage US that we're using for initiative also has a dice roller. You can click the D6 and stuff too, so that actually looks like that right there, which we could have. I need to learn to use.
Why is it so
I've just
tiny?
never messed with it.
That's what she said.
Whoa. Whoa.
Roll the
DH my
dice,
head.
mister.
Would it be easier if you just put like a picture of it in?
I put the link there if anyone wants to go check it out.
Yeah, but
So,
like, here, Waffle. I don't know if it's easier if you'd like just put that on the screen than trying to do the browser share or something. I put it in the host channel.
As a whole, did you guys have fun at least? Because that's the.
I had lots of fun.
I like rolling
Oh,
big
yeah.
numbers.
You had the biggest numbers out of all of us.
Apparently, nobody
yeah,
else
rolling-
wanted to roll big numbers tonight. But,
Rolling
you know,
lots
hey.
of d6s is fun, but I feel like also with the whole like overkill or explosion system, also just like rolling multiple die, or I think
It
it's
can
just
get-
inherently going to be a lot better than just the d6.
It can get excessive, yeah.
The thing
Just
is,
like doing the math in my head.
if you stack, as you build a character and you start to stack certain skills and bonuses in place, if you cast Smite and you roll a success, you could do +2. But if you get a raise, you get +4. In most cases, a 4 is a success. So you're auto success at that point. So you're adding a huge chance of success. And again, depending on how you roll, being able to roll a d12, if you have that kind of strength, for example, you're more likely to roll a success, although you're not as likely to ace. So it's all about trade-offs at that point. But if you roll a d12, you can roll 8 and have 2 successes right away, if you have that high of a skill in something.
It's really cool. Like I said, I probably just need. I would, if I was gonna do more with it, I probably would want to pick up Savage Worlds as well, just for the system, which would make sense, right? I feel like that's the same for if you're doing the D&D stuff. It probably helps to have like, a core book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through the core book, and the core book is. I was trying to cram it as much as I could, and the core book is interesting because it's not just like fantasy. It's also got like the weapon section is like, sure, it has all these fantasy weapons, swords, shields, and whatnot, and then it's like then it goes into guns and artillery, and then it goes into futuristic weapons and lasers and guns, and so it's capable of basically going through all kinds of
It's a strong, a generic, or a universal system that can handle, especially good at what they call pulp action, that two-fisted heroic action. It's really good for playing games like, if you're going to do something like old school 1950s heroes or John Wick, or where people do feats that normal. That's why you get that extra D6. Your chances of success are generally pretty high, except for not this group tonight. But
All
I was
your
doing
fault.
I was doing my chaos part to just bring the number down to the floor.
you can
To
have
bring it
another
down.
Benny. You can stop. You can have another Benny.
I just
Also,
tried to activate my shield.
Bomber's the only one to
Failed
notice.
twice.
I believe that I got my character in uniform for the adventure. I'm wearing the agent outfit. I got the nice suit and tie, and that's the
I'm hiding
Secret
in the
World
van.
one year membership outfit.
Yeah, but I got
the-
shotgun in the
oh,
van.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Yeah, and I am the van. I'm not actually the van, but
I am
I
the
got
I
a
man.
stole shotgun
is the-
for a few special minutes, which was all I needed.
Let's see if while we were doing this wonderful adventure, if the Kickstarter's moved up at all. Oh, wait a minute. We're at 34,959. If we get $41 more, the adventure generator will kick in.
Okay.
Quick,
All
someone
right.
go
Can I
pledge
get
$40.
can I get a link to the Kickstarter? I'll pitch in.
I got it in the chat.
There you go.
Okay.
Chat.
I'm on the. Hold on. Okay.
The interview
I'll send
chat.
it either way.
Oh yeah, technically you have a chat pop out in this browser window as well. You might
Oh
have to click it, though.
yeah! Oh my goodness!
It's another chat.
It's another hidden
it's yet
chat.
another
Secret
yeah.
chat. Yes.
Actually,
yes.
this one is a subscription. Do you have the chat plus tier?
Chat
Wait,
plus.
so Andy, have you not been
Chat.
seeing chat this whole time?
I've been seeing the pop-ups on the screen.
Oh,
Oh,
the
those.
screen.
Yeah, when I put those in, yeah.
Well, like
I
the-
even
yeah,
think
like
I can.
like I see the
Go ahead.
commentary from like Vomer and Nicole and stuff like that. Like I just saw Nicole's post about like rolling d12s and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been seeing anything else.
I can tell you what the goal of the next stretch goal will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get it put up tomorrow. We have figure flats. So if you're
The
playing
what?
at the table,
You
that's figure flats. You can cut out the paper and stand them up on the table. So if you're playing in person,
Oh, cool.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
we have 7 pages of figure flats.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Like make your
Quite a
own.
bit.
Make your own figures.
Yeah, they're
All right.
for example
we
the
go.
vampires, the ghouls, whatever. It's got one side's all. I'll give you a little screen cap of something here as an example,
All right.
so you can see how it works.
We are officially over 35K now.
Oh wait, thanks to Andy,
That's me.
we have
Bada
now hit.
bing, bada boom.
Oh, I hadn't updated my screen yet.
Oh, I see 35.
There we are. Oh, yeah.
$39. Ah, dang! I should have
There you
done.
go.
I should have done 110 bucks. Then it could have been 69. Damn! Oh,
Dang it.
I will
You had
share
one
with you guys
job.
the-
God dang it! Ugh.
It's okay.
I backed it. I backed it at the beginning of our stream, so Andy got it at the end. So we bookended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
thank
just
you.
like a sandwich. Yeah.
So
Now you
there's
can
an
do another
example
$34,000,
of-
so we can get up to $69,000.
Yes,
Mhm.
please do
That's the
that.
next
That'd be
$69,000.
great.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
for it.
sure. I'll just do that. Mhm.
If you look there in the chat, there you go. You can see the.
Cool.
With that sweet, sweet MMO money.
So
yeah.
you
and
just
and you said the 35K stretch goal was the prompt, like the mission builder.
the adventure generator, yeah, or mission
Nice,
generator,
nice.
yeah. So that is a done deal, unless a whole bunch of people back out, which would be scary.
Yeah. Do not manifest that energy here.
Yeah.
No.
Don't bring
No
that
need
in.
that.
Don't be bringing
Hold
that
on,
up.
let me hit the refund button.
I'm gonna roll a
Yeah,
D10
yeah,
and a
yeah.
wild die to see if that sticks or not.
Yeah, it
It
explodes.
does not.
Oh.
Does not happen. So
You got a
yeah,
biddy?
Yeah, yes.
Gonna eat it.
The New Jersey definition of Benny, though, not the
I don't know if we got any bennies around here.
It'd be me.
I don't know. I don't think you're in the full area to be a Benny.
No, I wasn't. I've been down here in North Carolina so long now. I've lived down here longer than I have lived in New Jersey at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get them every winter down here.
So what you do is you just cut that out. You see the little tabs at the bottom, and you fold it at the middle, and then you can either stick the tabs together and stand up like a little triangle fold, or some people grab the little things the little bases. You could slip that into if they want something a little more solid at the bottom, whichever works for you. And we're going to put these on the. So of course you could just print them off at your printer at home. For some people, especially for those overseas, it's just going to be cheaper to print them. So we're going to send the PDF. So those that want to print cards and pay that cost. But if you do get the print cards, of course, because the cards hold color better, they're going to be brighter and sharper a bit. And then you're going to go ahead and be able to, and the card stock's a little thicker, so it'll be a little nicer on the table. It's just whichever works best for you.
The Spinosaur, you mentioned metal dice there. I have a full set of metal dice. This is just a pure piece of iron that was just crafted into a D20.
Metallic dice of doom.
This one's a nickel D12. It's
man.
listen to this. Just listen to this. This is disgusting.
Oh,
You broke your desk.
oh,
Crap. You
That's
just
what a
throw down
sensory-
shotgun and you're
that's
good
Yeah,
to
sensory
go.
delight.
This
Yeah.
is my nice little
Yeah.
metal dice here.
Those are
Nice
the
and
pure
funny.
metal dice there.
Mhm.
Wow.
Ooh,
I imagine
nice.
you put them in the bag and smack someone with it. It's gonna.
I brought them
leave
to a game once, and the people got mad. They were like,
Here's
Mad.
my nice
"They're
little
like, you
dice
can't roll
rolling
those on our
package.
table, are you? Like on our
Oh.
Just roll those on a glass table. They'll love you.
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
roll
Yeah,
it on like a piece of paper in between. I don't know.
I like the
It's
thing
like
that
a
Mark
nice
said. He sent the
hardwood
group to
table,
their
and you're just
doom.
like,
And now he's trying to recruit more people to save you as well as Gary.
Oh, there was
We're here
4
to
people that
help.
went
What can
to
I
Gary.
say?
Poor
Grant?
Gary.
Garfield? Gordon?
Gary!
Gary!
I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah, I had a
It's
lot of
always
fun.
fun to show new people the Savage World system. I like D&D. I play D&D, and I will run D&D, but I wouldn't run D&D like this, like the 5e version we did, because my grasp of D&D rules is good, but not where I would be running the game for people. I'd be like, what's on the sheet again? Like I can look at it, but I can't run it.
Which is why you accepted to do Savage World.
Yeah, because this one I can, and as we play it, is I have, for example, more experienced players. You guys played a couple sessions. I would have to explain less to you and could focus more on what I'm doing, and it goes a little bit faster, and that's good. But as long as people had fun and maybe found a system you'd like to try out in the future, that's always cool.
Yeah, until I guess as an endorsement of the Savage World system. Yeah, I've played a lot of other. I've been in a couple of other TTRPG groups for several years now, but I have to confess I read maybe 3 pages of the core rulebook that you sent me, and I've just been winging it since, and things seem to work out okay. So it's actually a pretty simple system, and you also did a good job of just like walked us through it as well. But it's pretty intuitive, so that's actually really cool.
Once you get the basics down of the target number and the wild dies, your skill die, your wild die, then it's just a matter of, hey, there's bonuses and negatives. You start to apply them, but it's a base number of 4 modifier, and if you play a full session or 2, that starts to stick, and then you start to learn the nuances of, hey, I can make this guy vulnerable, I can make him distracted. Distracted would have made them have a harder time hitting you. Okay, they would have been -2 to their attacks to you. Vulnerable makes it +2 to your attacks against them. Again, depends what's going on. Maybe it would have been better to go the other way. Hey, this guy can take so much damage. We don't want him to hit us right now. He's 2 hits too hard, so I'm going to distract him, make it hard for him to hit us. It just, you learn the different things you can do. And then, again, the powers, depending on who's in the group, what powers they have, the way you balance that out, and things you can do can also make a difference. So the guy, if the monster rolled better and hit you really hard, he had the dice, so he could have smashed a couple of you into a goo in a single hit. But he just
It's a good thing we had Shotgun Andy over here.
I got a bit lucky there, yeah.
He took out two enemies with the quickness.
And honestly, if you really want to do well, you make sure the community manager kills the bad guy and wins.
Thanks, Google, default Google Chrome dice rolling system. The checks in the mail, Google. You already have all my info, so whatever. Anyway, sorry. Thanks. Yeah, Google.
Might as well use it, right?
May as well. Fuck it.
Yeah, I already got it. Might as well.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on the show, guys. And I do want to say thanks for all the support you guys have been giving us when we started this first one back. You had me on several times, let me come here and talk, and you let me here tonight to talk about it. And really thanks, Andy, for coming out and also supporting us. And thanks for backing all of you who have. We appreciate the help, because we're not going to get rich doing this, but we do like to pay the bills of making these things. So that's nice.
And we just enjoy anything related to Secret World. It's just
kind of works.
It's just another thing, and why not enjoy the thing?
Right. So the next Kickstarter I do is Secret World, but if I make money at it, I can make more Secret World stuff. So it's all related.
It's all true.
Everything is true. Yeah.
Everything is true. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to go, and y'all have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you for
Brandon Verhalen for Star Anvil Studios. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brandon. Have a good night.